All right, so we're back in my basement. I'm just going to walk through some of these problems. So, discussion one: if 2 days before tomorrow is a Sunday, what day is today? Oh man, that is some tricky language. The strategy we're going to use is to draw a rectangle. And so, I want to represent the 7 days of the week. So, please think, how many times do I want to actually slice this? I want 7 days, so I'm going to slice it six. One, two, three, 4, 5, and 6. Now, the thing I do after that is I just pick a day in the middle, and I am going to call that today. Now, if this is today, we can call this tomorrow. And if this is today, we can call this yesterday. So, got 7 boxes I have found today, which means this is yesterday and this is tomorrow. It says if 2 days before tomorrow is a Sunday. So, 2 days before tomorrow. So tomorrow's here. 2 days before, this would be one day before. This would be 2 days before tomorrow is a Sunday. So if yesterday is a Sunday, we know then that this has to be Friday and this has to be Saturday because this is Sunday, which means that this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So we know all 7 days of the week. Now, back to the question. What day is today? Oh, there it is. It's Monday. It's a really good strategy for figuring out these kinds of problems. And it goes in with the draw a picture. Once you have mastered this strategy, you will never ever miss a problem like that again, unless you simply are not being careful as you read. All right, now this one is similar, but it's a little bit different strategy. This one's a much tougher problem to me. It says the gas tank in my car was 3/8 full. After I put in 6 gallons of gas, the tank was 3/4 full. How large is the gas tank? So they're talking about the capacity of the entire gas tank. So, step one, we're going to draw a rectangle. Now, this rectangle represents the entire gas tank. At the start, it says the gas tank in my car was 3/8 full. So when we showed up, we had 3/8. Now, to split this into eighths, just like last year with the folding of the paper, I have a half, and a half of a half is a fourth. And so now I'm going to split all my fourths in half. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I have eighths. Now, I'm going to use different colors to show this. So at the start, I was 3/8 full. So there are my 3/8. And just so remember the start, I like to put a lot of labels just so I know where stuff came from. So at the start, we are 3/8 full. After I put in 6 gallons of gas, the tank was 3/4 full. So now I've got to figure out, looks like there's a fourth here, second fourth, third fourth, and 4/4 would be the entire thing. Now you can see mine's not exactly equal, but it's a representation. So if this is 3/8, I need to now show that 6 gallons made it 3/4 full. So this was full, this must be full, this must be full, and this must be full. So we have the 1/4 that is simply empty. Now, I have a lovely representation, but the problem is, now how do I find the actual answer to the problem? After I put in 6 gallons of gas, oh, that's right, this is what he had at the start. These here show the 6 gallons that he put in. So I like to draw a little arrow, and I'm going to put G for gallons. So I know that this was 6. So the question becomes, because remember, these are all eighths, these must be equal. How much is in here? How much is in one of these? Well, if 3 of them are 6, then this must be 2 gallons, and this is 2 gallons, and this is 2 gallons. So how do I solve the problem? I know that every one of these is 2, so I could then think, okay, well, if this is 2, this is 2, and this is 2, and this is 2, and this is 2, and this is 2. So if that is true, there are 8 of these, and I know there's 2 in every one. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 gallons. Another way you might have done that is you know that there are 8, and everyone has 2 gallons, which would mean that you have 16 gallons. I'll go ahead and just write that thing out just for practice. So again, the picture, we had 3/8. We know that 3/4 were full. This is the part that was empty. We know that gallons were put in, and these 3 must have all been 2. So we then figured out that every eighth is 2 gallons, which means that the whole thing can hold 16 gallons. So again, those labels, I think, really help people understand what's going on in these kind of problems. And also, just if you do get stuck, it's not a bad idea to just simply start over. So here we have a problem similar to the one we started with. 3 days before the day after tomorrow is Monday. What day is today? I hope you're not reading it that quickly. I can see this is another one of those problems, so I'm going to do 6 cuts. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And again, try to make them about as equal as you can, but not a big deal. All right, now I pick any old day. And if this is today, this is tomorrow, and this is yesterday. So now I'm going to read the problem carefully. 3 days before the day after tomorrow. Wow, where is the day after tomorrow? Well, if this is today and this is tomorrow, I'm going to call it the day after tomorrow. So this is my day after tomorrow. Now I'm going to be real careful. Today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. 3 days before the day after tomorrow. So this would be 1 day before, 2 days before, and 3 days before. And the problem tells me that that is a Monday. So if that's a Monday, this is a Sunday, and this is a Saturday. Now, if this is a Monday, day after that is a Tuesday, and then a Wednesday, and then a Thursday, and then that's some ugly writing. That would be a Friday. So, what day is today is my question. What day is today? Today looks like is a Tuesday. Now, in real life, it is not Tuesday. Don't think it is. But in this problem, it is. Again, with that strategy, as long as you're careful, you will be fine. All right, now, similar to the gas tank problem, 8 gallons were poured into a gas tank that was 1/4 full. Now the tank is 3/4 full. How many gallons does a full tank hold? So, same idea. We draw a rectangle to represent the capacity of the entire thing, and then we go back and we're very careful. 8 gallons were poured into a gas tank that was 1/4 full. So at the start, we know that 1/4 of this was already full. So I'm going to represent that, and I like to write the label in there again just to kind of remind myself of where that came from. I know that 1/4 of it is full. So they stuck in 8 gallons, and now it is 3/4 full. So it was 1/4. It looks like they added another 1/4 and another 1/4. So we can see that those were added. And then the question becomes, what is this here? This here, whoa, is the empty. We never actually fill that in. So let me double check I've done this correctly. 8 gallons were poured into a gas tank that was 1/4 full. Showed that it was 1/4 full. We showed that it is now 3/4 full, and they said they poured in 8 gallons. So they poured in 8 gallons in these two together. So that tells me that this one must be 4 gallons. And it's equal to this one, so these are both 4 gallons. And you can see again, these two 4 gallons make the 8 gallons. Now, that tells me that every fourth is equal to 4 gallons. So if I had a half or 2/4, that would be equal to 8 gallons. And if I have the whole thing, 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, the whole thing, or 4/4, is equal to 16 gallons. Again, picture makes this much, much easier to do. All right. Oh, and this question is my favorite question. All right, so we are on to the best question ever. And it says, suppose 4 days before the day after tomorrow was Thursday, what day of the week was yesterday? Oh, wait, I take that back. We're not on the best question ever. We're almost there. So we have just another day question. So same idea. And again, 7. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We want to try to be equal. We just put a day in the middle. We call that today. That tells us this is tomorrow. And we know that that is yesterday. Now you can see I'm abbreviating. Suppose 4 days before the day after tomorrow was Thursday. Where is the day after tomorrow? Day after tomorrow. And it says 4 days before the day after tomorrow. So 1 day before, 2 days before, 3 days before, and 4 days before. And they tell me that that is a Thursday. So if this is a Thursday, we know this is a Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday, a Monday, a Tuesday, and a Wednesday. So, question is, what day of the week was yesterday? Today was Saturday. Yesterday was Friday. So, okay, strategy makes it simpler. So much suspense, and now is the question that I love so much. A board must be cut into 3 pieces that are the same length. If it takes 5 minutes for each cut, how long will it take to saw the board into 3 pieces that are the same size? So, draw the board, and then you're going to cut it 1, 2, 3 times, and you're going to tell me the answer is 15 minutes. And I'm going to say to you, you made a mistake. Now, if you did that, I get it. That is not correct. So, what you should have done is you got a board, and we need to cut it into 3 equal pieces. Now, wait a second. How is this wrong? Wait a minute. 1 piece, 2 pieces, 3 pieces. Oh, 4 pieces. Wait a second. That actually would have been 20. Maybe the answer is 15. We'll see. So, the question is, how many times do you actually need to cut this? We want to have 3 equal pieces. This gives me 1, 2, 3 equal pieces. How many times did I cut it? Once, twice. If you cut it twice, 2 times. It says, takes 5 minutes for each cut. We did 2 cuts. 2 times 5 equals 10. And our unit is minutes. Are we correct? It says the board must be cut into 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. If it takes 5 minutes for each cut, how long will it take to saw the board into 3 pieces that are the same size? 2 cuts, 5 minutes. The answer is in fact 10 minutes. That is a very, very frequently missed question. Please always just think about where you would actually cut it and how many times. That is a very, very common mistake. All right, so this is our last question. It says Maria leaves her house and runs west for 6 miles. She then turns north and runs 5 miles. Maria then travels east for 7 miles and then south for 5 miles. How far is Maria from her house now? I have no idea. Sounds like she's a really good runner, though. So, I gotta think, how can I draw a picture for this? So, I'm gonna give Maria house. Pretty plain house. Now, she walks out this door. Sounds like she's running far. Maria leaves her house and runs west for 6 miles. All right. She ran west. And I know she went 6 miles. What does she do next? She turns north and runs 5 miles. Oh, but she's sweaty. All right. Maria then travels east for 7 miles. All right. Now, I got to be careful. If 6 miles is this long, 7 miles needs to be a little longer. All right. What is the last thing she does? Wait a second. Then she travels south for 5 miles. So, I can see here, this is 5 miles. So I want to make that the same distance. This is her 5 miles south. And the question is now, how far is Maria from her house? She went 6 miles west, 5 north, 7 east, 5 miles west, 5 miles south, sorry. So then the question becomes, how far does she need to go to get home? She is going to have a nice, lovely cool down walk. It looks like of 1 mile. She has traveled 6, 11, 18, 23 miles. I hope she also stretches, drinks lots of water, and probably should eat some bananas or something like that too, because she has gone a long way, and she is 1 mile from her house. So that is the conclusion.